All right, now I want to talk about free agent acquisitions, right? I think it's very important that the Pelicans be realistic with their free agent acquisitions this season because we've seen before guys don't want to come here. You got the Pelicans have been turned down by Malik Monk, Tim Hardaway Jr. In this past offseason, they were turned down by Dennis Schroeder. They were turned down. The Pelicans were looking at Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder said, nah, fuck out of here. Right, I'm going to LA. So I can't blame him. But it is what it is. That being said, I think when you look at a guy like Naz Reid, who's probably more interested in maximizing his value, getting the most money he can get, I think you have a really good shot at him. I also think another guy who people kind of sleeping on this dude, pause, but Corey Joseph. I think you need a traditional point guard in Corey Joseph who he can shoot the three. He's an NBA champion. He was on that Raptors team, so he has a championship pedigree. Well-respected professional guy, playing under Pop. He's a professional locker room leader. This locker room needs as many leaders as they can, especially if they can actually contribute on the floor. That way the burden isn't all the way on CJ or all the way on Larry, or all the way on Garrett Temple. You know, you need as many professionals in this locker room as possible. A guy who can even help Jose continue to progress. I think Corey Joseph will be an excellent addition to this team along with Naz Reid. We already know what Naz Reid brings. Tenacious rebounder, hell of a defender, can stretch the floor. And I really think if you have a big rotation of Naz Reid, potentially, I don't know if I trust Trey or Herb yet at the 5 for as getting rebounds and stuff like that. I think rebounding is their weak suit at this point for all of our wings, actually. But if you have a rotation of Naz Reid, Carlo, and maybe one more big, and that other big can be, be Dwight Howard maybe, again, you have to be realistic about possible acquisitions. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where, you got a Kyle Lowry situation or a Chris Paul situation where you're making these offers, but these guys aren't really coming here. They're just using you to boost up their, free agency market, boost up their value. So you don't want to get stuck in that situation again. So I think Corey Joseph, Naz Reid, and maybe even a guy like Thomas Bryant. Again, it's important that I have to make this clear. I'm not really that concerned about defense. Not that concerned about defense because I feel like the best defense this Pelicans team could have is an incredible offense. Those 3 players I named, they can contribute offensively. That's what I'm the most concerned about. And I think if you add Corey Joseph, pick and roll with Carlo and Corey Joseph, like that would be incredible. Like you're talking about alleys all day. Pick and roll with Zion, Corey Joseph, pick and roll with Trey and Corey Joseph. Like the possibilities are endless. Like you guys, you don't want to fall in love with the name. You want to fall in love with the player and the player's skill and what the player actually brings to the table, even the player's intangibles. And that's what Corey Joseph provides, in my opinion. This podcast is sponsored by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media, located at 918 Porter Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident, and be sure to mention we sent you. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Krewe Media.